Very talented Kristen Stewart! That's nice. It's a nice way to start the day or a late night, because it's very late at night right now. We don't tape early. Play along. So much to talk about. I really loved your movie. They got me a copy of your movie, and I watched it, and I went in not knowing anything, and I really loved the story.
Cool.
I realized you won, essentially, the French version of the Oscar for playing this role, which I think is absolutely amazing. Cesar Award, is that right?
Yeah.
First of all, that's got to be an amazing achievement. You went to the French Oscars, the French award show, which I think must be very strange, because I watched some of it, and the whole thing's in French, as it should be. Yeah. And I wouldn't have known what the hell was going on. How did you know it was even happening?
Yeah, I went into a meditative state for that period of time. It was a really long, it was like 4.5-hour show or something, and they don't have advertisements or commercials over in France the way that we do, so we didn't even get to take a break and like chat and go to the bathroom and go to drink and
yeah.
Which doesn't usually happen in award shows.
In award shows in America, what people watching at home don't realize is that whenever you go to a commercial, all the celebrities run out of the room and start drinking like fish. And then they all rush back in and sit there, sloshed out of their minds.
But really happy.
But really happy, yeah, really happy. Could you tell what was happening? Were you wearing an earpiece?
I had a little earpiece for 30 minutes, and then it stopped working. And so I was like, I didn't even know when the category came up that it was mine. I had, like, you know, fallen asleep with my eyes open, basically.
Yeah.
And then Juliet just screamed in my ear and was like, "You won!" I was like, genuinely just...
We have the footage of you winning. You look genuinely surprised, and then you go up on stage, and something weird happens when they try to give you the award. Let's look.
Shocker.
Dans un second rôle est attribué à Kristen Stewart.
Et la troisième actrice étrangère a remporté ce prix, 20 ans après l'italienne Guernalisi pour la reine Margot. Guernalisi disparue depuis.
My hands are like, no, I just feel like I can't open my hands. Sur la table, s'il vous plaît.
You clearly pissed that guy off.
I know, I think I upset him, honestly.
So, I'm glad I understand. You were surprised when you go up there, the guy tries to hand you the trophy, and you said, "I can't hold it in my hands." What was going on there?
Well, you know, I was pretty nervous. It was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And I was joking with my publicist earlier that day because I was just so nervous. I'm so, you know, completely fish out of water there anyway.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, honestly, the worst that could happen is that you win and you have to go up and address the nation.
Yes.
So I was just really nervous, and I couldn't, I was like...
Oh, you get that thing where, like, some people
I could not open my hands up.
You couldn't open your hands.
I was atrophied completely, which is embarrassing, ridiculous. I'm, like, trying to open up my one sentence of French so I could be like... And then, you know, when I said, hey, can you just put that down there? I think he didn't understand me. He's French. And I think also infamously kind of, like, messes with people.
Oh, that guy. I thought he was just like, it just was acting like an angry French waiter.
I pissed him off. Yeah, I don't know.
You were like, could you just, and he was like, ah! And he slams it down.
I know, I don't know why.
That was funny. I was in Finland once for an award show for some reason that I can't even explain, and I didn't know what was happening. And then there was another time where I was on a German talk show that was sort of like this kind of show, but they all spoke German, and I had an earpiece, and I would try to make a joke, and I'd be like, you know, oh, well, then I went, my friend Andy and we tried to buy a goldfish, but we lost it. And then you'd hear like, Schlauzi, Spalten, Slietzen, Slietzen, Schlauzen, Slietzen, Schlauzen. And then no laugh, and then like 10 minutes later, a laugh that's completely out of sync with anything that I said.
And you're like, wait, no, that was definitely about what I said 10 minutes ago. I'm going to tell myself that when I go to sleep tonight. They totally laughed at my joke.
Yeah, but
They weren't laughing at me.
That is a great honor. Where do you keep the award now? Or did you just leave it on the podium? Be fun if you went, I can't take it, I'm too nervous.
Good.
I'm just going to go. Okay, let's take a quick break. Much more with Kristen Stewart after this. Stick around. We're back with Kristen Stewart. I want to talk about the movie in just a second, but you shot this really cool, with Jenny Lewis, who's been on this show and who's terrific, the singer Jenny Lewis. You shot a music video, and you dressed up as a guy in the video.
Yes.
And it's really funny and great, and I was just wondering, maybe we'll show a second of it and then discuss it, because I thought you were really good in it. Let's take a look.
There's a little something inside that won't let me. No matter how hard I try to have an open mind, there's a little clock inside that keeps ticking.
Were you channeling who I think you were channeling for that?
No.
It very much felt like you were doing a sort of a Justin Bieber, there was some Justin Bieber in there. You have to, minus the mustache. But
In his dreams, you know?
in his...
No. I didn't even mean that. I don't know where it came from. No. That was like such a cheap, stupid joke.
No. But it was, obviously you had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, it was a blast. I'm pretty obsessive when it comes to Jenny Lewis. Rilo Kiley's just like my favorite band of all time. So I was shocked that I was even able to do. I could barely meet her when I met her the first time, and then she's like, "Come be a total goofball for a day. It's just us girls. It'll be so much fun." I was like, if I can breathe enough to do that, then I will do. And I did it. I'm proud of myself because
you got really nervous. Didn't you get really nervous because you've done a few movies at Sundance and you finally got to meet Robert Redford? I've never met Robert Redford. I think he'd be the most amazing guy to meet. You got a chance to meet him and shake his hand, and you sort of like you melted down momentarily. Weren't you really nervous when you met him?
Yeah, well, we were just about to premiere Camp X-Ray at Sundance, and so I was just nervous about that. And anytime you have like a little movie, it's like, you know, you want to champion it, and so I was definitely nervous. I think the reason we're talking about these moments that I'm nervous because they're so rare, obviously, so few and far between. It's like we might as well mention them on TV.
Yeah.
But no, he was straight up like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I was like, I like an idiot. It just went, "I feel like I'm gonna my pants." And he was like, "Good, that's how you should feel." And I was like, "Bye." It was good.
It must be horrible to be Robert Redford because everyone's saying that to you all the time.
Yeah.
And could you supersize the fries, please? I want to my pants, please!
Yeah, not my most, not my most eloquent moment.
Let's talk about Clouds of Sils Maria. You play the assistant to a very famous actress. This is an interesting role for you to play. You're her assistant. She's played by Juliette Binoche, and you're very good at. You're there to take care of her. You're really there to take care of all these ways. You guys have a very complex. The relationship between a celebrity and their assistant is very almost
Yeah, as you know, I've heard, by the way, which I'm going to ask you about in a second.
My assistant
really
and I've had the same assistant for almost like 5.5, almost 6 years now. Sona
It's getting weird, huh?
No, it's great. She'll tell me to F off, you know. You're like, what? You're crazy. Shut up, you know. She hits me, then I hit her. It's just craziness.
No, it sounds healthy.
It's all going to be worked out in court, but it's what happens after a while. You just, when you have this relationship with people who you're involved in each other's lives, and it just gets really kooky.
Yeah, there's like so much isolation and protection that, you know, has to happen. So then you sort of like end up kind of like hiring a buddy, a confidant, like, you know, somebody to organize your schedule, but in addition to that, like kind of live with you essentially. So yeah, it's more complicated than just like go buy me tampons because I'm embarrassed to go to Rite Aid and do it myself.
I've never asked her to buy me tampons.
Sorry.
Yeah. One time I asked her to buy me tampons, and it's because I was making puppets. Anyway, you know what's fun for you, I would think? There's a part in the movie where because Juliette Binoche's character is so famous, she's always being swarmed by the paparazzi. So your character, as her handler, assistant, the person who's helping her get from place to place, you really get to sort of go off on the paparazzi in this way, which I think must be like a nice, you letting steam off a little bit through your character.
Through this mouthpiece of a different character that is not me. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it feels good. Also because I have I would be a great assistant to an actress. I'm like, I already have that protective thing because obviously I like know it. And you know, Juliet obviously needs that type of protection anyway, so I really did feel like, hey, I've got you no matter what, dog. And like, I feel like nobody else really could have done that as well as me.
Yeah, no, I was watching the film and like, man, she's good at this.
Yeah,
You're really good at this.
I almost want to be her assistant sometimes. I like miss the movie.
Okay, well, we have a clip here from Clouds of Sils Maria, and you could probably set this up better than I could. I think this is after Juliette Binoche's, the character she's playing, her mentor has passed away, and she's brought you, her assistant, to the house that he lived in.
Yeah.
And you guys are just sort of trying to, there's a lot going on in the movie. It's hard for me to sum it up. I thought it was really beautiful.
It's so complex and deep and heady and intelligent. Everyone go see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like she's talking about accepting this part, and she's kind of struggling with the idea of it because there's another actress who is playing the part that she had previously played in the play, but now she's older, so it's her. And so she's like, I don't know, this girl seems full of it. She's fake. She's like, you know, she's obviously like kind of a fame whore. And then my character's like, yeah, but she's kind of cool. And then that's,
Which is maybe not what an older woman wants to hear about the new ingenue. Right.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this clip from Clouds of Sils Maria.